And then I've been unearthing some old Lululemon, so that's exciting. It's the small joys. All right, everybody, so come on into your mat. We're gonna start standing today, and I just want you to start just folding forward, so please just come down into a fold. You can start here with your elbows on your thighs and kind of come into like a little, I like to call this the football huddle. So especially taking care of your body today, noticing your hamstrings. You know, if your body starts to talk back at you, this is a sure sign that you need to listen. So, and you know, yoga is great because it allows us to slow down enough to actually hear what's happening. So you can start right here, you know, just give your heart a little lift, wiggle your fingers and your toes, just feel the ground, or you can start to hinge. So you're gonna fold in half, but keep your knees bent, and then grab your opposite elbow. So happy you guys are here. You let your head be heavy. And just let it out. Let some sound come out. I assume you're probably by yourself, like I am in my TV room. And you just want to let anything that needs to be expressed, you know, just come out. Stick out your tongue. Move your head around. Move your torso around. This is like freestyle. I like to also take, so you could have a look here, but take your hands, interlace them behind your head, just at the base of your skull. Just give it a little bit of traction here. So just pull it down with the weight of your arms. And take some really big breaths here, just letting gravity do the work for you. So just let your body, just let it soften into its own self. Shake out your head. Shake it yes. Shake it no. Good. And then just slowly here, fingertips to the floor. You can keep your knees bent, you guys, and just start to walk your hands forward. So weight is in your heels, and you're just slowly walking the hands as far as they'll go. Belly in. You can look past your fingertips. Good. So what is awakening in your body here? A lot, probably. Okay, so just hold that for just one more breath. You can start to straighten your legs maybe a little bit. I've already done a workout this morning, so my body's maybe a little more awake than normal. Okay, and then just slowly, you're gonna walk your hands over to one side. Now, just be careful with this. You wanna bend the knees a lot if you need to. Just a little side stretch. I would like to focus today on your side body. So we were talking upside down. So we're gonna get into the side a little bit more. So those intercostal muscles, the spaces in between the ribs. Yes, where the lungs and all of that live. Beautiful. Now just walk back to center. I know this is a lot on the legs. Maybe take a moment here, come back to that little football huddle, look forward. Okay, and then just come down onto your tippy toes just for a moment. Bend your knees. Look forward again, watch your knees. And then just fold again, let your forehead move toward your shin. Just let it bounce out a little bit in the torso. Okay, again, come onto your tippy toes, little squat on your toes, look forward. Bounce it out a little bit, I like this one. Okay, and then fold. Now you're gonna walk to the other side. Again, bend your knees. So go towards the sensations, you guys. So you're just walking. We do this in child's pose. It's the same thing, but you're just on your feet. Okay, notice how you're distributing the weight of your body, one foot or the other. And just kind of use the floor, press down into your fingertips to kind of find some traction, some pulling of your side body. One more breath. Okay, time to come out. Walk your hands forward into a plank, or sorry, a downward facing dog. Just walk it out. Walk it out, walk it out. Maybe I shouldn't have worn this Chilliwack Chiefs sweatshirt. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. That's okay. Bend one knee at a time. Okay, so really grounding into your hands or knuckles, press. Just walk it out, walk the dog. Again, take this opportunity just to take a little inventory. Like today, I woke up, my neck was like, what is happening in my neck? Did I sleep funny? I must have. So just let it loose, shake it out. Observe what's happening. Beautiful. Bring your knees to the floor and child's pose. Drop down. Ah. So just notice we're going to come in, movement, and then rest. It's like kind of the way life goes, right? So there's like little waves. You take those times when you can stop to take stock. So let your palms open up. Knees are wide. Again, if your knees don't like this pose, come into a puppy stretch. Your hips will stay up. Your head can come down. Take just one more breath like this. Really good. Okay, so come up into your table, and we're going to do that side stretch again, but from the tabletop position. So once again, walk your hands over to the side. So we're just going to get access into the ribs, space between the ribs. And I've been thinking a lot about about the lungs lately because of this virus and how it seems to be attacking the lungs. And the lungs in yoga and ancient Chinese medicine represent grief. So it's like things are coming up for all of us, likely. So can you honor whatever is happening in your body? Usually we're so busy that it's easy to kind of skip over that. But right now, it's like maybe we're being called to just stop for a moment and really have a look inside. Okay, walk your hands to the other side. One more breath here, just a long one in. Okay, come back to center. Beautiful. Walk your hands a little forward, look forward, little cat-cow. So open up, let your ribs drop, eyes open and to the ceiling, and then exhale around your spine. Okay, one more time, open it up. Let your heart shine forward. Shoulders down. Exhale, round your spine. Okay, curl your toes here. Again, downward facing, push it back. Take your feet together. Walk your feet wider. Take your right leg, reach it back behind you. Okay, press into that heel that's lifted. And then from here, so this might look like with knees bent. You guys see? Okay, so your other knee is, your leg is bent. I know that I'm like not mirroring you guys. So my right leg is back. It looks like the left, I'm sure. Okay, so now press up through that heel. Now what I want you to do is to stay here, just pushing into the hands, or bend your knee and start to stack open. Oh, spread your toes. Feel that space opening between your thigh and your belly. Your hip flexor. Okay, bring it back down. Just take a moment, a little pause here, a little reset. And we're going to switch sides. So again, left leg, bring it back. Lengthen, lengthen. Okay, push into your knuckles. Let your head drop. Push into the floor. Lift that leg a little higher. Stay here or bend and open. This is a stacking of your hips. These are just suggestions, by the way. Stay where you can breathe. Even if you're just sitting here and breathing, you're doing amazing. Not just, but you know what I mean. Okay, one more breath. Okay, bring it down. Beautiful. Bring your knees to the floor. Maybe we won't even ever stand up. I don't think so. I think we're going to go to triangle pose. But let's just stay here on the tabletop position. You're going to take your right hand to the floor. And then listen up here. You're going to take your right foot and turn it back to the side like a kickstand. And then your top leg, your left leg, hopefully, okay, is out to the side. And your foot is on the floor. So ground into that left foot, you guys. So hips might stack, shoulder right over your wrist. You guys feel that? Now push into that bottom hand and send your hips forward a little bit. And you're going to lift your armpits up away from the floor. Take your top arm, reach it up. Okay, so this might be where you stay. Really engage that top leg. You can, with that kickstand, now you could curl your toes under. Now take your top arm. This is again an option. Reach it over your head and extend. So like you were peeling the ribs apart, just start to reach, reach, reach. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, Now, this is the next step. You could stay here with the leg down, the top leg on the floor, foot on the floor, engaging the leg, or you could lift it up. Oh, hello, glutes, hello. Press to the heel, really good. Take the arm back up. Look up, just take one more breath, reach through that heel, lift the leg higher. Okay, bring it all down slowly, knees back to the earth. Give your hips a little wiggle. Shake out your head. Oh, okay. I'm going to go to the other side, but you're going to do the same thing. So hands in your table, left palm stays, left leg like a kickstand. Turn it to the back wall. Okay, right leg extends out. So weird because I can't see. I'm sure you can't see my leg, but here we go. So the foot is pressing down into the floor. So the pinky toe side of your foot, leave it there. Ground into the bottom arm, reach up, reach up, reach up, lift. Send your hips forward. Good. Okay, beautiful. Squeeze and contract the muscles in your body, the entire thing. Squeeze, 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 and lift up out of your waist a little bit. Take the top arm, reach it over your head. Okay, so keep pushing into the bottom hand. Squeeze your top leg. You can look, if your neck doesn't like looking up, look down. Push into your knuckles. Now take, this is the option, take the leg with it. Squeeze, squeeze that leg. Hug the bones of your leg with your muscles. Take the top arm, reach it up, and lift and lengthen out. Press through your heel. You got this. I'm with you. 2. Beautiful. One more breath. Okay, and then bring it down. Hands to the floor. You're back in your table into a child's pose. Sink back. I see someone ask a question. Oh, what's happening? You guys stay there. Oh, maybe someone just invited. All right. Stay in your child's pose, everyone. Okay. One more breath in your child's pose. And then I want you just to come back up, tabletop, downward facing dog. Get long on both sides of your body. So if you need to, take up a lot more room. Walk your hands forward, maybe go wider. Push into your hands, bend your knees, lift your hips, lift your hips. Soften the armpits towards your heart. Head heavy. Look to your hands. Okay, walk your feet forward. Take a flat back here, inhale. And exhale, fold. Come all the way up. Inhale, reach up high, look up. Ground into your feet. Squeeze your hips together, take a back bend. Beautiful, look up, and then exhale, fold. Let's just do that again. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, big sigh, let it go. Inhale, rise up, all the way, reach. Little back bend at the top, your hips come forward, your fingers reach, and exhale, fold again, let it go. Let it go, let it go. Shake out your head. Beautiful, hands step, press into a plank position. Okay, so I want you to pause in your plank just for a moment. Here we go. This is not working today as well. All right, it's all good. Okay, so plank position. Heels are back. Just trust that my heels are pressing back. My fingertips are pressing down my knuckles. Shoulders away from ears, belly in. This could also be done from the knees, you guys. So, but if you're willing to go in a little bit through the layers of the body, let's go in. So you can rock it forward and back. Keep pressing down, lift your body, lift the thighs, lift the belly in. 3, good. 2, beautiful. And then slowly lower down. Knees could drop as you lower. Inhale to a cobra. Your cobra, what does that feel like in your body right here? So lift the top of your head, open the chest. Exhale, come back down. Big hands, press, curl your toes, back to plank, downward facing. Nice. Take your right leg again, lift it back behind you, lift it up, and step it forward. Okay, runner's lunge for a moment. Here we are, runner's lunge. Maybe I should go this way today. Runner's lunge. All right, come on up into a high lunge, just for a moment. Hands together. All right, from here, we're gonna take a twist. So I want you to press deep into that front thigh, bend your back knee if you need to, and then it starts to hinge forward. So as you hinge here, pull that hip back, your front hip back. Okay, so you're gonna stay right here, fingertips light, you can look down. If you want to go a little bit deeper, let's just take a deep twist. So you're gonna take your elbow to the outside of your knee, or your hand back to the floor for a runner's lunge twist. So this might be where you hang out. This is perfect. Maybe you hang out here. Maybe you go a little deeper. So your hands press. Push your palms together, spread your fingers wide and turn. Belly, ribs, chest. If you're pregnant, then you can skip this. You can just stay in a lunge. Beautiful. 3. Breathe, you guys. Breathe all the way to your hips. Open your chest. Let your heart move forward as your heel goes back. Last breath here. Okay, and then come down. So hands are going to come to the floor. Fingertips. All right, so from here, now I want to go into warrior 2. So from that pose, just slowly plant your back foot, rise up, warrior 2. Okay. I know, you feel that front thigh. Okay, so just take a moment here. Go a little deeper, go towards yourself, stay with yourself. Let your breath be your companion to help you. Notice when things get hard, we want to get out. But just say, I had a teacher, well, that said, the pose actually starts when you want to get out. So, that's true. Take another huge breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, listen up here. We're going to take the elbow down on the thigh. Now this is side angle. Take your hand to your hip and open up. Okay, so here, you're just letting that back leg be strong. See if you can sink a little lower. That's it. So we're going to go into Trikonasana, triangle pose, which is my favorite pose of all times. So if you feel like that's a lot right now, you don't have to go in. You could stay. You could come back up and just kind of hang out here, going in between that pose. But if you'd like to try Trikonasana, slowly rise up. You can have a little bend in that front knee and just come in. This is one way to do triangle pose. Okay, so you can press into that knee. Okay, arms reach. Or you can begin to straighten the front leg. Okay, listen to your hamstrings. Hand stays down just by your ankle or a block. And then look up towards your head. Drop the shoulders down your back and lengthen. So now what I'm doing is sending my hips towards you guys. So send your hips towards me. That's it. Drop your top ribs a little bit. Good, and just breathe. You got this. 2 more. Press deep into your feet. Use your legs. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Okay, exhale, look down. Rise back up into warrior 2. Just for the heck of it, come into a reverse. Reach up. Reach up. Squeeze those kidneys. Find the side body. Okay, come in. Let's do the other side. So let's just come over to your other side into that high lunge, you guys. So here we are. Bend the knee. Okay, so we're going to start to hinge. Come back this way again. We're hinging here. Okay, that front hip pulls back. Knee can stay bent or straighten your back leg, hinge forward. Again, hand to the floor if you're doing runner's lunge twist. If you're wanting to go a little deeper to rinse out your organs a little bit more, you could go here. Nice. Press your hands. Lift your heart forward. And then maybe you start to press your back heel back to the back wall. Yeah. Breathing. Twisting from the belly, from the ribs, from the chest. Your head is the last thing to turn. 1 more here. Breathe in. Okay, bring your hands back down, runner's lunge. You're going to work your way to warrior 2. Plant your back foot, rise up. Good. So I'll go this way. Warrior 2 pose. There's always one side. It's a little trickier, right? Because, I don't know, hips and stuff. Okay, squeeze your back butt muscle. Feel that energy all the way to the edge of your pinky toe. You can keep your hands here. You can open up the arms. You lift your chest. It's warrior. Warrior 2. Eyes are steady but focused, right? So you're not gripping onto anything. Just kind of like soft focus. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Okay, from here, you're going to come in side angle, elbow down, hand to your top hip, pull it back. You might even take your ribs, your hand to your ribs and open them up. Maybe even look up. Remember to soften your toes a little bit, press into your feet. Really good. Let all that come out through your exhales, you guys. Lift up out of your waist. Let your bottom ribs lift away from your front thigh. One more breath. Okay, so from here, you're going to come back up. Ooh. Straighten your leg. Take a moment, just let all that lactic acid kind of dissolve. Okay, and then you're going to either come back into this, it's called the Bikram Triangle. So the knees bent, your hand is down on the in front of the knee. And you can push into the knee and then press back into your arm. I love that little action. Beautiful. Reach up. Or you can start to straighten your leg on this side. Into Trikonasana. Hips moving towards me. Good. Okay, lengthen through the crown of your head. You can tuck your chin in and then maybe look up to your top arm. Breathe. Go in through the layers of the body. Go deep with your breath. See, it's like excavating the deeper parts of ourselves, not just the surfacey stuff. Go in deeper. Stay with yourself. One more breath. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Look down. Bend your knee. Come back up. And then just into your lunge from here. Everybody step back. Plank position. Just let all that dissolve. Okay, belly in. Inner thighs lift. Really good. Drop your knees. Child's pose. Sink back. You soften the shoulders. Let your arms soften down. Let the breath be a little bit bigger right here. So big, huge breaths in. Long breaths out. Okay, come back up into a tabletop. Beautiful. Okay, let's try this together. So when I first started going to push, I couldn't really do a regular push-up. It was like hard for me to do because I'm so used to doing yoga push-ups. So let's try this together. So this is not going to be a full one. I like to call these sort of like the yoga style push-ups. So hands are going to go about mat width apart, and then you're going to walk your hands forward. So you're kind of leaning forward, right? Knees are bent, and then cross your legs. So you guys are either going to stay here. You could also do this from your forearms. Just kind of hang out, and we're going to go backwards. So you're going to have the hands here. Let's just try this together. So it's like a push-up, but we're going to go back into a child's pose. So again, belly lifts, squeeze your thighs together. You're going to lower down, come back up, go back. Come forward, down, up, and back. Good. A couple more. I feel like I could do these all day. Regular push-ups, not so much. Good. Nice. Again, the variation could be that your forearms are down and you're doing little mini forearm planks. Forward and back. Good. Give your shoulders a nice big stretch. Let your low back feel this. Okay, last two. I'm with you. Good. Last one. Really feel the ground here. Beautiful. Stay here. Come into a puppy stretch. Arms reach forward. Head drops down. Beautiful. Okay, and then just come up. Come up into a table. Sit on your bum. Sit on your bum. Bring your feet out in front. Here we go. Boat to Navasana. We're going to add a little bit to our boat today. So your heels are going to go out in front. Lift your chest. If you're having issues with your hip flexors, you guys, you could just stay here, hands underneath your thighs. You could hold them and lift them up. If you want to try a little something new here, you could reach your arms up in front. Lift your low back up. reach to your fingers, and we're gonna do a little bit like, I like to think they're kind of like those Russian twists we do, but you're gonna take just the one arm and reach it back, and up, and back. So squeeze your belly in, lift your low back, other side. Bring it back, lift it up, bring it back, go up. Good, keep going. Reach. Like you're starting the motor on a boat. You're kind of like pulling it, or an arrow, right? So you're just like a bow and arrow. Squeeze the belly, reach, and back. You guys, so if you're just holding the regular boat, perfect. Reach, good. 3. This is the last one on this side. Good, hold it here, hold it here. So you could stay, or you could try lifting the legs up. Lift your chest up, lift your arms up, hold. You can take your hands underneath you, lift. Beautiful, and then slowly let it go. Ha. Shake out your legs, hands behind you. Really good. Okay, so I want to do a little hip stretch with you guys today that is called the cowhead pose. So generally speaking, in the studio, we have lots of props for this, but you are welcome to try this. There's 2 different variations. So let me try to like mirror you. So I'm going to say this is my left leg. I'm going to break my left leg and cross it over. So the foot here, the sole of my foot is turned towards the ceiling. And I'm just going to squeeze the knee in, right? So this is variation 1. You can pull your thigh, your leg towards you as you start to hinge. You can hinge forward. Now you could have something underneath your knee, a little support. You could bend your knee. Some of you might be able to reach forward and grab your foot and get a whole other stretch happening here in the back of your leg. So it should be, you normally feel this in your piriformis, like your outer hip, right? Like a pigeon. It's a little deeper. Now, if you wanted to add onto this, you could do the whole, the full variation, which is cowhead this way. Okay, so I have a little knee thing going on right now. So I like to use something to sit on. So my sitting bones are even. And you can just sort of hang here. So let the sit bones drop like anchors. Lift your chest, soften your shoulders, close your eyes. So whichever pose you're in, just hang out here. Just notice that we are forced to be at home, in our physical exterior homes, if we're lucky enough to have the comfort of that, which we do. And it's sort of like forcing us to look in our own home, our bodies. Our bodies are our homes too. And sometimes it's like we don't want to go looking in there, like looking under the hood of a car for fear of what you might find in there. Maybe it's like my closet right now. It's a bit cluttered and it's like, ooh, probably the vacuum cleaner should go in there. So just imagine that you're like a little curious as to what the sensations are in where you're feeling them. Go in a little closer and maybe even like shine a little light on them. What's happening in there, under the hood of the car, in the closet of your house, your body. Okay, take 2 more breaths here. You start to lean into this a little bit if you can. So if you're choosing this option, you could fold a little bit over yourself. I know it's a lot. Take 1 more breath. Okay, open your mouth, let it go. Rise back up slowly using your hands, and you're going to unwind here. So let your legs go out the front. Oh my God. Shake out your legs. Give them a nice little tap. So now your right knee comes over your leg. You can turn so that the sole of your foot is up. And just this allows for that external rotation of your thigh, right? So notice that, so that you're not bringing the foot to the floor. You could do that as well. But in this particular pose, cow head variation, of course, you're going to turn it up if you can. And just start to squeeze the knee in, lift your chest really tall. And then your option here, if the leg is long, is just to fold over yourself. Now, if you can hold on to your foot, you might even do that and hinge, getting your hamstring, getting your calf muscle. So if you're feeling this anywhere in your back, any kind of shooting pains, please come out. If you want to go fully into the cow head on this side, just take your feet side. So you're sitting between your heels, you guys. You're not sitting on your heels. You can, but hold on to the front knee and just pause. Just let your whole body just start to settle. I know it's a lot if you feel like you're gonna like unravel. You fully let go into your hips right now. Sitting bones. It feels a little chaotic in there, and it's like feels like it doesn't feel that safe to kind of let go. But it's safe to let go. Your breath will hold you. You can always come out. Okay, you can stay here, or you can start to hinge. Body forward, so walking out with your fingertips. Use your fingertips. Lean into it. Lean your chest forward. Let the weight of your body settle. Use your breath to kind of dig a little deeper to see what's happening in there. A little flashlight, just let it soften those parts that feel tense, that feel hard, that feel stuck. Lean towards yourself even more if you can. These last two full breaths. Chin towards your chest. Close your eyes. Okay, you're going to come back up. Come back up. Oh, hands behind you. Unwind. Okay. Legs wide this time. Just take a moment here. Your shoulders go. You feel your legs. Now your knees might be bent, you guys, because if your hamstrings are really tight, that's perfect. Just stay here. You can have your hands behind you. If you'd like, you can start to walk your hands forward. Just walk them forward. You might start to hinge through the hips. Lift your chest towards the front of your mat. Turn your toes up if you can. Heels press. Okay, so activate your legs. You could try that, or you could just be more in a passive stretch, you guys, and just be less deep in this pose. And just imagine there's nowhere to go. There's no rush. You can just hang out with yourself. Be here with your body. Be with your breath. It's hard sometimes, what we're all going through. It's hard to want to be where we are and like accept the reality of what's really happening. But you could push through it, or you can breathe through it. So it's kind of like it's your choice. One way is easier than the other. One more breath. Okay, using your fingertips to come back up. Don't use your back muscles if you can help it. Just reach up with your hands. Beautiful. You're going to bring your legs back together. Bring them in front of you. Okay, so now you're going to take little windshield wiper legs. So it looks a little like this. Hands behind your back, and just let your knees fall side to side. Feet are wide. Good, so this is like a nice little twist. Okay, press into your hands. Just go slow. Lift your chest. Deepen your breath. Come back to the center. Okay, guys, so here, keep your hands behind you. We're going to do one little stretch for the shoulders, for the arms. Hands press behind you. Notice that your shoulders are over your wrist. And I want you to push it deep into your hands, spread your fingers wide and push into your knuckles. Now already you're probably feeling this in the fascia of your arms. You can lift a little bit more, press the triceps back a little bit. Push deep into your hands. Now from here, I want you to do this. You could stay, look up, or press into your feet and lift your hips in reverse table. Ground into your hands. Now tuck your chin. This is next step. You could start to let the head drop back and look back and push your hips up. Press your hands down, lift, breathe. 3, 2, feel the front of your shoulders. 1 more breath, lift a little higher through the glutes here. And then first, drop your hips. Bend your elbows and let your head come up flat. Legs out in front. Let's do this. 1 more stretch here. Take your arms, reach them up high. So now you're in Paschimottanasana. So this is actually a forward fold. You could have your bent knees like this. Squeeze the knees in and just fold over yourself this way. If you can, reach up through your fingers, look up. Really active legs as you hinge forward as far as you can go. Hands might rest on your knees. So I'd rather see this, heart reaching toward your toes, than rounding. Okay, so this is not doing very much. This is active, and you're finding this deep fascial stretch from the heels all the way up to the crown of the head. Just feel that. Now, if you can go a little deeper, you might have a strap or a belt, or scarf. If you can grab a hold of your feet, lift, lengthen your chest, and hinge forward. Okay, so chin stays tucked towards your chest. Shoulders moving away from your ears. Elbows might even come out. Okay, take 1 more breath wherever you are. We let that go. And then slowly, using your hands, come back up. Really good. Stay up. Hands behind you. Bend your knees again. Come onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze them in. Rock side to side. Breathe deeper. Just keeping the right knee in. Extend your left leg long. Give it a nice gentle hug. So your hands are just below the knee on your shin. Knee can go out to the side a little more. Good. And then slowly bring both knees back in. Switch sides. Extend the other leg. Squeeze that knee. Okay, start to deepen your breath here again. The exhales now, you can just let them go. Let them be louder. Sigh. Using your biceps to squeeze that knee in closer. Last breath. Okay, this time bring the knees back in. Now here's an option. You could take just your legs up. Knees might be bent like this. Or you can see, can you grab the outer edges of your feet? Happy baby. Bring your knees toward your armpits. And just rock side to side here. Chin tucked in, drop your tailbone towards the floor, and then start to press through the heels a little bit. Pull on your outer parts of your feet down. The knees are coming towards the floor. Heels are pointing up. Breathe. One more breath. Okay, let that go softly, gently. Legs up, feet down. Okay, walk your hips over to one side. Let your knees come in and take a twist. Soften your shoulders. Soften what you can here. Breathing toward your hips. Okay, bring your knees back up slowly. Walk your hips to the other side. Bring your knees in, especially if your low back is a little bit tight and cramped. You want to make sure there's enough space for your back so you're not really torquing the back. So many variations of this twist. If you feel called to take the leg out, you know, on top, you could do that. Just see if you can, as you twist here, let the organs kind of squeeze and contract a little bit. And as you breathe in, just let there be more oxygen delivery into those organs. Exhales, you can squeeze a little bit more, twist a little deeper. Good. You're going to come back to center. Bring your feet to the floor. Knees can stay like this, hands on body, feet wide, resting pose, or Shavasana, legs on, arms out, palms open, and just make sure that your shoulders, so that your shoulders can pull towards each other to open the chest. And here you can let the breath go. Close your eyes. If you feel safe to close your eyes, just let them, the eyelids soften. And let the skin on your face be heavy. Just let it melt. Bones of your face. And as you scan your body here, just notice, is there somewhere in your body that is still tense, that you're still holding on? Is there somewhere that, are you still squeezing the shoulders somehow, or are you lifting shoulders away from the floor? Still tensing through clenching your belly. Muscles in your belly, let them go. What's happening in your low back, your hips? Can you soften both legs and both arms? Staying with this as long as you have time for, as long as you are needing today. Please stay here. If you'd like to end the practice now, you can bring your knees back in one at a time. Squeeze them in. Bring your forehead towards your knee. Let's roll over onto one side. Breathe into your back body. If you're coming up, just slowly rise up. And then bringing yourself into a tall seated position, you're going to bring your hands together. Right at your heart center, drop your chin towards your chest, towards your fingertips. Eyes are just looking down, right in front of you. And if you're ending your practice, just taking one full breath again together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Hands to forehead.